What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Habits Over Feelings show, where we put our feelings to the side and do what we need to do to move forward with our health, fitness, and business. My name is Vladimir Salas, and today I wanted to talk to you about a calorie deficit, like how to actually know whether you are, in fact, in a calorie deficit. I know you know what a calorie deficit is, and if you don't, is basically you have three numbers when it comes to calories. You have a number of calories where you will lose weight. You have a number of calories that if you eat that amount of calories, you would maintain your weight. And you have a number of calories that if you eat that every day, you will gain weight, which is probably what you have been doing these past 5 to 10 years. If you're overweight, if your BMI is all high, if you have a lot of fat and you know you need to lose some, you have been eating in a calorie surplus. There's no ifs and buts about it. Like, that's just science. It's the law of thermodynamics, and you cannot mess with it. It's just straight facts. Now, you've been eating a lot. How do you get control of your calories? How do you get to an actual calorie deficit? A calorie deficit is you got to be eating literally less than your maintenance. So to find that out, we got to know what your maintenance is. So you can't even think about getting into an actual calorie deficit without knowing how much food you are actually consuming every day. So how do you do that? You need to track your food. Track your food, and it could be tedious. You have to download an app. You need a food scale right off the bat. That's like the first thing you need. Order a food scale. Like, literally pause this video right now, this recording right now, get a food scale and download MyFitnessPal. Boom. You got the two things that you need. Now, the third thing that you need is you need to simplify what you're eating. What do I mean by that? Eat foods, first of all, try to cook most of your food. Eat food that has only 3 to 5 ingredients. For example, what I ate today for lunch was ground beef, no nothing. I didn't dice up onions and garlic and green beans. I didn't saute that with that and added diced bacon and then put my ground beef. You cannot doing all this mixy stuff. Later on, you can. It could because it's just if I cook ground beef with diced onions and bites of bacon and green beans, when I weigh that, I'm not gonna know which weight of it is ground beef, which weight of it is green beans, which weight of it is uh bacon. So there's no way. There's no way. So you have to cook things separately by themselves. So I cook ground beef by itself, just seasoning. White rice by itself, roasted carrots by itself. That was literally my lunch. So, because it's very simple, it's going to be very easy to track. I weigh the carrots, 4 ounces of carrots, I plug it into my Fitness Pal. 4 ounces of cooked white rice, I plug it into my Fitness Pal. 4 ounces of ground beef, 93 lean, 7% fat, cooked. I plugged that into my Fitness Pal. I just logged my lunch. Now you got to do that for everything you eat. Some things are very easy to track because you can scan the barcode and make sure that you put the serving correctly, and boom, it's logged. Um, so that's how you're going to log what you're eating every day for at least a week or two and figure out what that number is. So here's the thing. You wanna when you decide that you're gonna start tracking your food, you're gonna want to start cooking more. Cooking more, eating more whole foods, just that by itself is gonna make you lose fat, whether you're eating uh, a lot or very little. So for a week or two, you are going to track your food. And this is how you're going to ensure to know how much food you are actually eating. A good reference point is you should be eating 1 gram per pound of desired body weight. So that means if you weigh 200 plus pounds, but you really want to weigh 160, you want to aim for 160 grams of protein every single day. And how do you do that? You use Chat GPT. Hey, I need to get 160 grams of protein every day. I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Give me the food quantity cooked that I should eat. And it's gonna spit out. Okay, you could eat 3 eggs in the morning with chicken sausage. Then for lunch, 6 ounces of ground beef. Then for dinner, 8 ounces of chicken. Boom. And then you just add a carb and a veggie to that plate. And that's how you're gonna get your number. That's how you're gonna get your number. So after you get that for a week or two, now you know for a fact that you've been eating X amount of calories. Let's say the number is 1800. So now you could actually go into a deficit because you can't, if you've never been tracking, you can't go into a deficit because you don't know what you have been having before. You can't ensure that you're in a calorie deficit. So once you start tracking and you maximize whole foods into your diet, you have to weigh yourself. You have to weigh yourself daily, at the very least weekly, and see what's happening. Is the scale going down? Take pictures, take measurements, because chances are you're gonna lose weight. You're gonna lose weight. This is what I do with all my clients. I don't put them into a calorie deficit. I just give them enough calories to get their protein goal and to just not be hungry, like to fuel these workouts, especially if the goal is to build some muscle. Now after you do that for some time, then you could go into an actual calorie deficit. So if you been eating 1800 calories for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and the scale has been moving, it could be moving like quarter pound, half a pound, full pound every single week, uh, then you don't need to do anything. But if the thing slows down or later on you want to be more aggressive, like really aggressive with the fat loss, you then deduct 400 calories. And how do you do that? If all your meals every day add up to 1800 calories, then you have to cut out some carbs because the protein's gonna stay the same. Protein stays the same. Take out 400 calories via carbs. You don't want to do it via fats either because fats are important and you don't want to mess with your hormones and all of that. Um, so take them out via carbs. And then now you are for sure in a calorie deficit and you're gonna lose a lot of fat, sometimes 1 or 2 pounds every single week. Now, you cannot stay there forever. That's a mistake a lot of people do. They stay in a calorie deficit forever. You have to come out of it. You have to come out of it. So what you need to do is slowly creep back out of it. Like say your that initial number was 1800, you went down to 1500. This is another thing. Nobody should be eating less than like 1400 calories. If you're a small woman, that's like the limit. If you're a dude, you probably should not be eating less than 1600 or 1700 calories. Ever, ever. Gotta fuel your body. So to come out of the hole, of the calorie deficit hole, you did it for 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Uh, then you slowly start adding more calories week by week. You go up 100 calories every week or 100 calories every 2 weeks. And this is called the reverse diet. You get out of the calorie deficit, you reverse diet. Very important. Your training has to be on point when you do this because if you start to eat more, eat more, eat more, and then but you're not giving the body the right stimulus, you're not doing the right exercises, the right sets, the right intensity, you're gonna gain fat. The ideal scenario is you start eating more calories and you gain more muscle, which is gonna help your metabolism. It's gonna help you lose more, burn more calories at rest. So you slowly creep your way back up, and the goal is to pass that initial starting point, which is the 1800 calories. So you go up to 2000 or 2200. And then Now you set yourself up for another round of a hard calorie deficit. And this is exactly what I go through my weight loss clients. I have a client that he's lost 80 plus pounds, 85 pounds. And we didn't do it via a calorie deficit. It's taken a year and a half, and we go through phases, maintenance, reverse diet, deficit. Build your back up, build it back up, build it back up, deficit. Build it back up, build it back up, build it back up, deficit. Obviously, I'm coaching him. We're going through this weekly. I'm talking to him weekly, almost every day on messages. We do Zoom calls, we do check-ins. I review his workouts, his sets, his reps. I review his food logs because there's a lot of stuff that could go wrong. There's a lot of hiccups that could go wrong week by week. And to make sure that my clients are like, on track, on the road to success, this is why coaching is so great because not only am I giving you the right information, the right exercises, the right nutrition plan, the coaching becomes so valuable because you might not know that you're doing things wrong and then you keep on going and then you're going down the wrong path. Or you're on the right path, but in your mind, you think something else should be happening, and then you switch things up, and now you're like, "Fuck," you get off the path because you think you're not seeing the results, and you actually are. You just did not know where to look. As a coach, it's my job to tell you exactly where to look and to tell you that you are on the path. And if you're not on the path, based off my 11 years of experience, then it's my job to change things up. This is why a PDF program or a little app that you get no feedback, it's like it could work, but if you want to go the fast route, you get a coach. And my job is every Sunday to either be getting results, you're getting leaner, you're losing fat, you're getting stronger, or we need to change something. If we hit a plateau, we need to change something, and then we figure that out. So there you have it. That is how you know that you are in an actual calorie deficit. And if you want to go through this whole process, it's a minimum of a 6 month process. Depending on your goal, it might be even more depending how much fat you got to lose because I'm not only going to take you that you're going to lose the fat, we also got to build muscle, and we also got to maintain that because even if we get to your goal in 6 or 12 months, now the job is, can you actually maintain this for a year and not rebound? Because we're trying to change your life right now. We're not trying to, I don't do this 60 90 day fixes or challenge or shred in 30 days. Like, this is a lifestyle. This is for the rest of your life. So that's why I don't even entertain anybody that's not willing to commit for at least 6 months. So if you want this all done for you process and you want me to guide you every step of the way, and you want me to check in with you every single week, look at your form, look at your technique, look at your nutrition, click the link in the description, apply for the Kettlebell Academy, and I'll reach out to you so we could get on a call so I can learn your situation. You can also just DM me on Instagram at the Kettlebell Weight Loss Coach, DM me Academy, or actually DM me podcast. That way I know you came from the podcast, and then we'll have a conversation. Peace.